Horror Tales present today's story is the haunting melody of the Banshee. Once upon a moonless night in a remote village nestled deep within the dense forests of West Bengal, there lived a musician named Rajiv. He was known far and wide for his exceptional skills with the flute, captivating the hearts of anyone who heard his haunting melodies. However, Rajiv was a recluse, living alone in a decaying ancestral house on the outskirts of the village. The villagers often spoke in hushed tones about the airy tunes that emanated from Rajiv's flute during the darkest hours of the night. It was said that his music was so enchanting that it drew the attention of the supernatural. One foggy October night, as the village slept beneath a thick blanket of mist, a chilling silence descended upon the forest. Rajiv, with his flute in hand, sat by his window, staring into the abyss. He began to play a mournful melody, and the haunting notes resonated through the quiet night, echoing in the stillness. Unbeknownst to him, deep in the heart of the forest, a banshee, a malevolent spirit known to foretell death, heard the airy tune. Drawn by the melancholy melody, she floated towards Rajiv's house, her long, tangled hair trailing behind her like a shroud. Her hollow eyes glowed with an airy light, and her bony fingers reached out to touch the music. The moment the Banshee's spectral fingers brushed the flute, the room filled with an otherworldly chill. Rajiv's breath hung in the air like a wisp of smoke, and a sense of dread enveloped him. He tried to stop playing, but his fingers seemed possessed by a dark force, and the haunting melody continued. Outside, the Banshee's wails grew louder, piercing through the night. Her ethereal form swirled around Rajiv, her mournful cries merging with the haunting tune from his flute. Terrified, Rajiv knew he had unleashed a malevolent force, one that sought to claim his soul. The villagers, awakened by the Banshee's airy cries, gathered outside Rajiv's house. They banged drums, lit fires, and chanted protective mantras, desperately trying to break the Banshee's grip on Rajiv. Inside, the struggle continued. Rajiv's flute emitted a final, mournful note, and with a bone-chilling scream, the Banshee dissipated into a swirling mist, vanishing into the night. Rajiv, his flute shattered, fell to the floor, trembling and drained. The villagers rushed inside, their faces etched with concern. They found Rajiv pale and shaken, but alive. The malevolent Banshee's power had been thwarted by the villagers' collective efforts to protect their musician. From that day forward, Rajiv vowed never to play that haunting melody again. He understood the dangerous allure of his music, and he spent the rest of his days composing tunes that celebrated life and joy rather than sorrow and darkness. The Banshee's visit became a legend in the village, cautionary tale told to children. And every time the wind rustled through the forest, the villagers couldn't help but wonder if the Banshee still lingered, waiting for another haunting melody to draw her back into the mortal world.